This next video is the same thing, but it's from a different angle. So remember now, so let's take a look here. So this is the auto shop, and that means this other person who's recording this video is essentially right here. So if that other person who fired the gun was right here, we should see it somewhere in this second video, you would imagine. And we actually do, in fact. So as this video goes through, we're going to see
white boys.
So they're going to pause. They're going to show us Rittenhouse. We're going to see the man.
Yeah, that's Antifa, man.
Now, this is something that's been very interesting, too. He throws a bag. Now, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter saying that, you know, he didn't have a weapon. He was just throwing a bag. This was just an empty plastic bag. There was nothing in there. There was a lot of speculation that he was throwing a Molotov cocktail. There was a lot of thoughts that this was, you know, an actual weapon of some sort, just because people saw the action of somebody throwing something. They thought it was a Molotov cocktail. Well, it turns out there's other photos. I've clipped a lot of them that show that this was actually just a plastic bag. But if you watch this, it looks to me like there is a brick or something heavy in this bag, because you can't throw a plastic bag like that, right? You can't. I mean, a plastic bag is it's very light. It's just like throwing a piece of paper. You know, it just kind of will putter down to the ground. That's not what happens here. So this does look like, to me, like a weapon. So now we've got two people who are basically discharging weapons right around Kyle as he is running away. If that's not self-defense, I don't know what is. So the response to that argument is that he provoked them. He shouldn't have been there. He was underage with an illegal firearm. He was breaking the law. He was past curfew, all of that stuff. Everybody else was also doing that. There were many other people there who were, who had firearms. There were many other people who were there out past curfew. So, you got to make a judgment call on that, right? The cops were not enforcing any of those laws. Yes, technically they're illegal, but is that going to carry weight in this case? I think that the prosecutor is absolutely going to lean on that. They have to lean on that. As we went through the statutes yesterday, we spent a lot of time talking about those statutes, that if somebody is already in illegal violation of the law, they can't break the law and then claim self-defense. They can't they can't provoke somebody to hurt them, and then when they get hurt, claim, or respond to them being hurt with deadly force or with lethal force or with physical force, because they can't, start the fight and then respond to it and claim that they were just defending themselves. The law doesn't want to reward that. So as we're talking about this situation, we see that this gentleman is going to be throwing this object here, and watch it as it hits the ground. Tell me if it's a plastic bag. All right, so,
we got a gun.
Little hard to see, but it does land and kind of slide around. It looks like there's a brick in there. So let's see if we hear any gunshots, and then we'll do a quick frame by frame.
We got a gun, baby.
Boom. There's the handgun. The same one that we saw in the other clip, right? This is going to be, so the other view, this guy is standing sort of right here in the parking lot. He's sort of right in this area. And the other view was coming from this angle, and we could see the gunshot on the left side of the screen, if you remember that. So that is the same handgun. Now it looks to me and it sounds to me like there is, that there is an actual gunshot. Let's hear it. There it is. So you heard the first pop right there. Watch the spike in the red. So you see that right there. Boom, that's the gunshot. New York Times is going to pause the video so that they can illustrate it, and then you're going to hear the rest of the gunshot pick up right there. Boom, there it is. So you heard that, and that initial shot is the one that we were concerned about. Who fired that first shot? So from my angle, from both of these video footage recordings, from the audio that we see, the sound matches the actual gunshot going off into the air, and you can also see that there is it's hard to tell what it is, whether it's fog or whether it's smoke. But you can see sort of right here that, it's a gunshot, it's a muzzle flash, it's kind of a no-brainer. Now, these are going to be the other spikes in the audio. These are the other gunshots that are taking place. All right, so now let's listen and let's look for those. Because on the first video, we couldn't see on this side of the vehicle to see what was going on here. Were other people firing at him or not? We couldn't really see. Let's see if we can see anything. All right, so those are the spikes. Those are the gunshots. So as we're scrubbing through, We can see the audio levels go way up on both sides. There's a gunshot that just happened. Are we seeing any muzzle shots or anything like that? The answer is no, I don't see anything. We're still clipping through. More gunshots. Camera's super jerky. So we just can't see anything. Now, Kyle is going to come around the corner here in a minute. You hear those additional gunshots take place that we saw from the first angle. And then this guy turns off into the woods because there's a gunshot. You know, there's bullets whizzing all around him. So we don't really learn much more from the rest of this clip. But again, the big issue, kind of the big takeaway, is that first shot. It looks like Kyle did not fire it from these two vantage points. Let's take a look at this other clip here. Let's see. All right, the parking lot view. And let's take a look at this clip. Let's go back over here. We saw this clip. This is going to be the second view. This is going to be the street view of the second shots. So this is when Kyle is running away now. Now, I think that this one is a lot less even debatable, but we can still run through the video and we can take a look at it and see what we can determine. So they're pausing it once again. Now watch. He's going to trip. And trip happens. Okay. So we're here. He starts pulling his weapon out. He's got a sling on his weapon, so when they try to pull it from him, they're not able to get it. And as these people are coming up, let's watch for the spikes in the audio. Boom. Boom. And boom. Okay, so there's Kyle. Here's another gentleman approaching him with a gun, a handgun now in his hands. So you've got another situation where he's being chased by at least 3 people. One of these guys tries to hit him with his skateboard right there. Okay, there's the skateboard. He's getting kind of cracked over the head with it there. This guy, you know, who knows what he was going to do. So it's happening very quickly. And let's listen for the gunshots. Boom. So you could see all 3 of them right there. And 1, 2, 3. And then that clip is going to end, and you're going to see that he got hit with the skateboard, and he got hit with about to get shot, or potentially get shot from the actual gun that this person had here. So another review of that video. I mean, I think it just supports everything we spoke about yesterday. Looks like pretty clear self-defense from that angle as well. We've got some new information that, you know, that person had a gun. And when we go back to this last video, this is a good one that kind of shows both of them being combined. So let's see what we can tease out, if anything, from this final clip.
Hey, boys. Yeah, that's Antifa, man.
Throws that bag.
Oh, he got a gun, baby.
Shot. Boom.
They shoot him. Oh, he shot him. Get back.
Okay.
Shot him, man. Shot him. Shot him, man.
Yeah, so not much more that we're going to see out of that. He basically takes off after that point, and he is running away.